Yes, welcome along to the Dam Health Stadium in the shadows of BT Murrayfield, where there's a very strong Borders representation at National Finals Day. Entering the park just now is Kelso. Now they're going to line up with Fraser Murray, the captain, at inside centre, and also a half-back pairing of Patterson and Burton. And in the front row, keep an eye out for Dale Adams. He's a big figure in the Kelso side. He'll be a big man to try and put down. And the Hawick Youth now led onto the field by Philip Kubecki. He is going to be the captain this afternoon, so a battle of the captains at inside centre. Also Robbie Landell's at scrum half, and they've got a flyer and Robbie Jack on the wing. And also up front, you'll have to keep an eye out on Connor Crawley and Aidan Cannon in the front row. And the referee in the middle is Ian Morrison on time here. And it's a great experience for these youngsters. And Kelso retrieve the kickoff. And it's a big, powerful effort there to start off. Just bundled over. A wanton tackle there from Aaron Common. Now Kelso looking to try and get the ball through the hands and spread it into the wider channels. Now back on the Hawick side, Landell's, he's feeding Connor Crawley. He just throws a little dummy in, tries to evade the Kelso defence. And Landell's having to work hard to get his hands on the ball. And now with a bit of ball in hand now, after being bundled over, he's looking for some work. Aaron Common, and ball in hand. Landell's again, he's feeding his number 8, who's Damien Orgaki this afternoon. There's a little infringement there, and alongside me, Kelly Mitchell and Robin Purdie. And first, Robin, what a great occasion this is for these youngsters to be running out on a sun-kissed day here, and it's a great atmosphere, it's a great environment for them.
What a great experience for these youngsters, Dale, as you correctly say. Great pitch, great conditions, big crowd, families all here. And what an experience, and how good will this stand on? What kind of stead will this stand them in going forward?
Set. Rugby have been good in the past of watching players like Stuart Hogg and Rufus McLean play in age grade competitions as Kelso kick downfield. It's going to be an early tester for the fullback Riley Muir. And he puts boot to ball.
Stay green today.
He finds the Kelso player on the turn. Angus Milne back in a position to try and field the ball. And Kelso return it. It does kick out and bounces off the field of play. He looks to put the big paw in and show a bit of pace. He's got a very unorthodox way of carrying the ball, just tucked under one arm, but it's effective for him. And now it looks like Kelso are looking to try and breach this Hawick defence. And now big Dale Adams. I did say before the game he was going to be a player that's going to be difficult to take down. Maybe doesn't cover the ground quickly, but he certainly eats up the space and takes a few men in with him. And it's going to be an opening penalty there for Kelso. And it will be interesting at this level to see what they're going to do. But when the team are on the front foot, Kelly, the referee's only really ever got one decision there to make, and it's an early penalty to Kelso.
Yeah, Kelso have actually at the rucks got the ball really quick. So their ruck time's really quick, which is what's hampering Hawick getting their defensive line.
It's going to be a great attacking opportunity for Kelso here.
Green on the line.
Stabbing it into the corner. The throw into the line out from Kyle Jackson. And it's went to the front as the players look to try and exploit that space in that 5 metre channel. And now Patterson digging about in there, looking to try and find a big runner, and it's Dale Adams again. The players having to work hard, and now Kelso looking to try and play some expansive rugby.
He's up.
They've been wrapped up well there by Riley Muir and Kubicki, the captain.
Still advantage.
And now Kelso have got some space over on that far side if they can get round the winger, but he's been wrapped up as well. And Kelso, that's a very abrasive challenge there from Fraser Casson.
Another advantage, new advantage.
Quite quick out the line. Referee's arm just showing perhaps there's a little bit of advantage to come as well. And he's going to bring that back.
Not 10.
And Kelso look to go quick and tap and go. Not 10, so the advantage will come again. Fly half dishes the ball out. There's players out of line, but Kelso are getting a little bit flat here. Getting try-line fever.
Not 10.
Now Kelso to throw into the line out. Another attempt for Kyle Jackson to try and find his
no dummies, guys.
Find his men, but there's going to be a free kick there for the dummy throw. It's something that you don't see often, but certainly at these levels of rugby, it's, this is where you learn. And Kelly, that's a good call from the referee.
Yeah, very good call. It's a shame because I actually think Kelso were setting up for a good attacking platform there, but there was just a bit of hesitant there from Kyle, so unfortunately it's just one of those things, but they've not lost a huge amount of territory yet.
No, they've been camped in the Hawick half for the last 4 minutes or so. A chance of redemption here for Kyle Jackson, and he's hit his man on that occasion straight off the top from Kelso. Now in the hands of the inside centre there, who's looking to pirouette and twist and turn his way out of trouble. He does a good job of setting up that platform on the 22. Now that tight line, it's opened up there for Kelso, and they look to just barge over the top, but the defenders getting over there in abundance for Hawick, and it's an attempted jackal there from Horgaki. A couple of scrag tackles coming in for Hawick. Now through the hands of Burton, he looks to try and distribute, and there's an overlap on this side. It's now in the hands of Dale Adams. Can he put in the offload? It's a great offload from the big prop, and Kelso are getting closer and closer to that line to get this opening score in this fixture, but well defended again from Hawick. Have to set up the platform as Burton gets the ball through his hands yet again. A very pivotal 10, and he's closer and closer and crawling and diving towards that line. They squeeze over, and it's an opening score there for Kelso.
Impressive start by Kelso. They've strung phases together. They have run hard. They've passed well out the tackle. It was a lovely offload in there by that man Dale Adams, and they've come up with the first 5-pointer. But there was some good defence by Hawick in there. They look gutsy, and you'd expect nothing less from any Hawick outfit at any age.
And it's a good attempt, and it's between the uprights, so it's a full 7 points, and it's a great start for Kelso. Murray Jackson with the score. A well-worked score. It's very strange to see a fullback in that position, isn't it? Just sniffing just behind the ruck, but he showed good awareness to get the ball over the line as play's about to get back underway.
These multifunctional modern players, Dale.
Hybrids. Here's another hybrid player, Dale Adams, bundling his way over. A bit of momentum took him over Jack Brown, who was the Hawick tackler. It's certainly going to be a weapon that Kelso are going to use, but on the floor and guilty of holding on, it was James Stewart who was holding on the ground. And Hawick doing well just to get in there and try and make a fist of it. They had quite a bright opening section to this game, but they've been a bit overawed by Kelso as they don't find touch. It's been allowed to bounce, and it is going to be kept in there. And Murray Jackson, the try scorer, with a huge hoof downfield. And this could be an excellent touch finder if he has, and that is an excellent kick from the fullback from deep inside his own half. He's managed to just pin the ball,
50-22,
bobble it out in the 22, and Hawick again under some pressure.
Oh yeah, and that's a 50-22 as well. It's literally just crept into the 22, and I'll be honest, I would not expect to see too many of them in an under-16s game. That is some kick from the youngster.
Yeah, I wouldn't see much of that a professional game here, but it was you could see his awareness as well, speaking to the referee about the 50-22, so good all-round start for the fullback. Now in the hands of Burton on the wraparound as well, offering himself up and trying to get the wider channels, and this is a great phase of play from Kelso. The offload back inside, can they get in for a score? And that is an excellent first phase move from Kelso, straight off the top of the line out, and it's the captain Fraser Murray going in for the score. And what work from these youngsters to keep the ball alive, get the offload, break through the tackle and put the boy into space. Excellent work from Kelso.
Oh yes, but what a fantastic start by this young team, and that came from the missed Hawick penalty. There was some lovely hands on the touchline to feed it inside. There was the beautiful raking 50-22 touch finder, and then, as you say, off first phase ball. That is a beautiful score.
Yeah, that's all it comes from. It's a great play from Jackson at fullback, who's under a bit of pressure, just puts in an excellent kick downfield here, and then the kind surface obviously helps it bobble out. Now a chance to add the extras, and it just fizzes off the burnt uprights here, the orange uprights at the Dam Health Stadium. Put into the scrum there for Kelso, and they look to try and twist and go down the blind side, and it's the scrum half Blair Patterson who is trying to make inroads into this Hawick defence as the Hawick players filter back into position. And a big paw at the ball there for
You're leaving early, guys. Watch the ball.
Dale Adams, but the penalty is going to come for offside. And it's been a bit of this game, as you know, a lot of it, a couple of infringements
Hold on,
and
guys.
ill discipline from Hawick Kelly. The referee has kept it flowing and kept it pretty quick paced.
Yeah, he's trying to play advantage as much as possible, and that's what the boys are wanting. They're wanting to play rugby, so he's getting the arm out very clear. You know, the advantage is being played. All the players know. The crowd knows what's going on. You know, his signals are very clear. It's just the ruck time is going against Hawick. They're not getting any time at all to set up their defensive line and getting caught offside by the quickness of Kelso.
A good, promising start for Kelso. They're firmly in the driving seat, but still got a long way to go in this fixture as Burton has to step back inside. And then it was in the hands of the try
Away,
scorer.
tackle away!
Fraser
Just leave him,
Murray.
just leave him, he's moving.
And Kelso having to try and fish the ball out, and it was almost an interception there from Hawick. The ball is still alive. Awareness there from Boyd Hughes, who almost managed to get his hands on the ball. Kelso are looking to try and play wide and get the ball into these wider channels, but you can see the danger there when players can read the game and burst out a line and try and intercept the ball and get open prairie on this great surface.
Oh yeah, you'd love to see space open up in front of you, and here, you know, you're not going to be running through treacle and custard on this ground, that is for sure.
Right, guys, we're going to reset that. I want your 8s in, okay? Both 8s in. Okay? No slingshot.
And it's paramount that the referee does take care with the scrums at this level.
Right, guys, make sure you're nice and square as well. You're coming in a wee bit, okay?
These players under 16s, they need to be well looked after in these dangerous areas, such as the scrum and the breakdowns.
Fine!
The referee, Ian Morrison, doing a good job of that so
Set.
far.
Stay.
Put into the scrum from Patterson, but it's an excellent scrum from Hawick, who managed just to nudge the
Touch!
black and white players off the ball.
Stay where you are, Black, stay!
Now into the hands of the opening try scorer, Murray Jackson, and they kick downfield, and it's just bounced into touch over on that far side. There's going to be a throw into the line out to Hawick, but they've rarely threatened this Kelso half. It's something which we perhaps will see in time. They were the big winners against Cartha Queen's Park, 55 points to 0. And then eventually in the semi-final of the Shield, they beat Dundee Rugby 15 points to 17 away from home in a very tight game to make it to the final. Equally as tight for Kelso. They got a bye, but then they did have to defeat White Craigs 24 points to 17 to make it here as White kick downfield. It's allowed to run.
Stay where you are, Black, you're on! What the fuck? Yep, I got it, thank you.
And the referee is going to bring that back for yet another penalty.
Right, guys, leave the tackler alone.
And ill discipline really creeping into this Hawick game so far.
Greens, hit the tackler. Or sorry, the tacklers hit the kicker. Set! Right. Okay. Right. I'm going to have that again, guys. Both sides, both of you went down. Okay, but I need you to straighten up. Okay, I know you're a lot bigger than he is, but you've got to make sure this is safe, okay?
Hawick have started well in the scrum, actually. They'll take heart from that. Play, they do look the smaller of the two packs, but they did shunt Kelso off the ball in the first one.
The ball is now rolled in, and again that scrum's squeezing in as the Hawick players look to try and break free from their 22. They try the offload, and it looks like it's going to come back on a Kelso side, but Hawick did get in there first.
Hey! Ease up. Remember that. If you guys are going to fool around, I'm not going to let you have a quick one, right? Okay, on the deck.
Perhaps a bit unfair on him, but he's going to now go to the left side where they've got some numbers up here. Hawick look to try and just go direct. And instead of putting boot to ball, they look to try and stick it up the jumper.
Stay.
As Landals spills the ball away from the ruck.
That's good.
Again, Landals back in position, looking to try and find one of the bigger runners. There's a chance for Aidan Cannon there, and it's going to be a knock on again. And just when things start looking fruitful for Hawick, these little errors start creeping into their game. Jack Brown to throw into the line out now, and it's been flapped back on a Kelso side, so defence quickly turns into attack.
Hands out.
And the tables have been turned here as the crossfield kick goes in. A solid right boot there. And it's Riley Muir, the fullback, who I would say, has a very unorthodox way of running with the ball, but I like it. He's got it just hooked underneath his wrist in his hand. He's been turned over on this occasion. And Kelso now attacking through James Stewart.
Hands out now!
And now on the 22, Kelso throwing the ball to Dale Adams, who's got the skill set to match. And again, another opportunity here. Can they break free and offload back inside? And it's just drifted forward for Kelso. Dangerous again. And it was almost opening up for Kelso. They almost got another try to take the game further away from Hawick, but dogged defence from Hawick.
Yeah, you'd expect nothing less from a Hawick outfit, but it's desperate stuff at the moment to keep themselves in this game. Desperate scramble defence, lovely offload there, and not for the first time by Dale Adams. He's got a bit more about him than just the bish bash bosh. He looks a prospect.
Another accurate line out straight off the top. Now in the hands of Burton, the fly half, looking for the wraparound there. It's bounced kindly for Kelso. He's going to come back on the Kelso side. The counter ruck coming in from Hawick. And it's getting scrappy in there, but Kelso, I think, have secured this here. Burton looking to try and use the blind side. He just has a little show and go, goes in the inside of Conor Crawley.
Hands out now,
some
hands
good evasive play from the fly half. And now Jackson putting boot to ball. Is it going to bounce kindly for him? It looks like it's going to just escape his clutches as he tried to secure the ball and pincer it against his body. But not able to control it fully and get it under his spell. It's back into a Hawick side and they win the penalty.
You're on the ground. You're already on the ground.
And Hawick now look to try and go quickly and take the ball now.
Yeah, they're going to go from here, though. They're going to try it from deep. What have they got? Oh, it's a big hit. Oh, he's done really well to ride the hit.
He's done well to try and ride that challenge there. As the fly half, Stuart Delaney. Stuart Delaney is able to spill the ball out. And as Murray Jackson, the man who put in the big hit, is gasping at some air, but it's the captain, Philip Kubecki, who's just going to have this a foot race. He's got two players in support. Is the ball going to bounce kindly? It's well ushered back there from Kelso.
Release now!
As the captain looked to try and make it a foot race. He did have Orgaki in support as well, but it's bounced kindly for Kelso. And the rare occasion where Hawick make it into the Kelso half results in a penalty for the defending side, and Kelso can kick clear, but Hawick shown intent, and when they do get the ball in hand, they've shown what they can do. And it's a beautiful occasion here in the shadows of BT Murrayfield. You probably could not get a better day, little wind to speak of. The sun is drenching the pitch as well.
That's
one
fine.
of them there, James
Hands out
Ross,
now.
offering his services up at the ruck to try and secure the ball. And an interception there for Kelso. They're going to go in. Hawick dicing with death, trying to play from inside their own half, and Fraser Murray goes in for his second score. Great awareness from the captain. Eyes up Rugby. He could see the pass was on, and he gathered the ball and goes underneath the sticks for what is the simplest of tries.
Yeah, and that's a hammer blow for Hawick. They'd done reasonably well to claw their way back into this game, but yeah, the hope is the heads don't go down from here. But Kelso look the better team at this stage, and it's going to take something from Hawick to get back into this game now.
What I've been impressed with Kelso so far is the game is played at a certain pace at age grade rugby, and I feel that there's players likes of Fraser Murray who are maybe just that bit quicker and a bit ahead, and he read that perfectly there. He could just see the pass was coming on. He was alert, he was aware, and he had the guile as well to grab the ball and go underneath the sticks and make it the easiest of tasks for Ben Burton to get his third conversion of the day.
Bind!
It's a relentless day for the referees here as well. Back-to-back games in
the
main stadium and also here at the Dam Health. As the ball into the hands of Burton. Burton looks just to put a weaving run as it opened up for him. He puts his step in again off his, and what an offload. A great pass there and a dive over for Kelso. And Andrew Lawson gets on the score sheet now for Kelso to match his centre partner. But that work all came from Ben Brunton, the fly half, showing great footwork and agile footwork as well. He had a little bit of stardust on his boots there as he just looked to bounce off his left foot time after time. Evasive running from the fly half.
Stay there, Black.
And it's a set move off the scrum as Landals finds the captain, Kubicki. And now another replacement, who's James Ross, looking to try and use some of his footwork, is now over at the wider channels. Hawick have a chance here. The fullback Riley Muir now in an attacking position. He's been doing a lot of defensive work. Now Ross throwing that offload. It's a great offload, and now it looks like Hawick are going to get over for a score, and it's going to be Fraser Casson getting the 5-pointer there for Hawick. Good work from Ross. Riley Muir as well, and the latter beneficiary is Fraser Casson with the score. The open side flanker breathes a little bit of life into this game for Hawick.
Yeah, they're not out of it yet on the back of that score, and great to see just how pleased he was when he went over the line there. That's really what you want to see at this sort of young age. And yeah, young James Ross, he was involved twice. He looked like he's got something about him as well, and very instrumental in that try, the youngster. Yeah,
he's a wee pocket rocket, him. He was bobbing about the field and bouncing off players and just chucking the ball about at will. Certainly dislodging this Kelso defence. Stuart Delaney tasked with adding the extras. And it's a successful conversion for Stuart Delaney to add to the try, and it's been an entertaining first half here. It's been a breathtaking first half, but the score at half time, Kelso 26, Hawick 7, and you would think on the balance of play it's pretty accurate as to how the game's panned out. Jackson has got the ball in hand and steps back in field, and that's great footwork from the fullback. Has he got the pace to outstretch the defenders? He manages to evade Harley Bryson, but he's just put a foot in touch.
Stay, hold the push, Green, hold the push.
Scrum there for both sides as Hawick look to try and put a nudge on, and it's going to be kicked downfield. It's been left to bounce here. It's almost went over the hands of the captain, Kubicki, but he's found a little bit of space over this far side. Can he get past the Kelso defence? No, he cannot. There was a big, massive roadblock in the road in the name of Andrew Lawson, who managed to get across and put the big shoulder into the Hawick captain. Throw into the line out for Kelso, and it's came back on a Hawick side this time, so you're certainly watching what Kelso have been doing to them, and the players scrambling off their feet as well. And in from the side as Hawick look to go quickly. It's now in the hands of Crawley. He's been pretty impressive with ball in hand. They look to go blind. The captain is there on this occasion. Can he outstretch the defence and go over the line? He's able to stretch over, but he's just encroached the touch line there. The assistant referee with the flag up, and it looked like they could have got in there for a score, but if not for the finest of margins on the touch line there, but the penalty advantage is going to come, and you feel Kubicki is just about to get a score. He's certainly getting in the thick of it over these last few minutes, but just unlucky on that occasion to just fall foul of the wrong side of the touchline. This Hawick kick into the corner. They've been under a lot of pressure from Hawick as they managed to hit their target here. They're going to try and enforce a familiar sight at Mansfield Park in the Rolling Mall. Let's see if the juniors can be as successful from it. Almost over the line there. Are they going to be held up? Ian Morrison's got
penalty back here, guys. Black offside.
A good look at that, but Kelso offside.
Enemy, please. Black offside.
So they get a second bite of the cherry here. It's going to be Aaron Common. And now they get over the try line, and it is that man James Ross. He's had a huge impact in this game coming off the bench. He was instrumental in the first try, and that second one he manages to weasel his way in between the limbs and get over the try line and get the score. Very impressed with the youngster since he's came on, and he gets the score, and Hawick slowly but surely getting back into this.
Indeed, and all you can ask of your substitutes is to make an impact, and he's more than made an impact. He's been seriously impressive since he came on, and You alluded to the fact that was a score right from Mansfield Park. Kick into the corner, line out drive, penalty, tap and go, and they're in.
Yeah, it's something that we've become accustomed to at Mansfield Park, that the big boys getting them all together. Muir, who's back now in his 22, is sizing up his options and wants to run with the ball in hand this time. A very unorthodox way, but he's beat a couple of men and taken play up to the halfway line. He's under a lot of pressure there on the floor, and the referee alludes to that as well, holding on the deck. Another line out.
That's fine.
Not successful there. The referee saying that's fine. The offloads now is the open side flanker James Stewart now looks to try and make some ground. And they've broken the first tackle. They've almost got over. Are they over for a try? And it's another Kelso try from nothing. It was first phase ball. It looked like it was well defended there from Hawick, but they managed to get over for a score. And it looks like it's Ben Burton with that score, managing to get a try to add to his 3 conversions earlier on, finding a little bit of space in that Hawick defence. Burton looks to add the extras to his try. He successfully does so. 33 points to 12. 20 minutes left here at the Dam Health Stadium in the under-16s National Shield final. And it's Murray Jackson. He has got an absolute humongous boot on him. If that trundles out into touch, that could potentially be one of the best kicks I've seen. It has went out of the field of play, and that is an excellent boot from Jackson. I've been very impressed with him.
If Edinburgh were playing here on a Friday night against Munster, and the Edinburgh fullback, whoever that may be on that occasion, produced a kick like that, they'd be on their feet in the stand.
He was the man that started proceedings, Murray Jackson, with his try, and he's certainly pinning Kelso into the right positions.
Let's have it.
Yeah, he's been one of the standout performers.
Successful line out again, looking to go down that blind side. Hawick looking to try and contest it on the floor.
No, you're off your feet.
Just flopping over.
You're off your feet.
Connor Crawley.
Back up. Off your feet.
And they go again now. Dale Adams, can he get his name on the score sheet? He's over the try line, and it looks like the big man has got a score. Dale Adams with the try, being able just to use his size and bulk to bounce off the Hawick defenders and get over for the 5 points. 38 points to 12, and Kelso perhaps woken up now after being a little bit sleepy in the opening proceedings in the second half, and certainly Dale Adams has been recharged.
Yeah, there was only going to be one outcome. He was desperate to get his hands on the ball. Actually, he was calling for it from the tap penalty, and there was only going to be one outcome from when he got it from that sort of range. And yeah, again, he can give a pat on the back to his mate Murray Jackson. That try came from that kick, which was simply sensational.
See the contest there from the scrum. Hawick putting the nudge on, but it is getting through the hands and kicked downfield, and now it's going to be a foot race as they split the wingers, and it's been well swept up there again by Muir, and he beats a few defenders, puts that pass out as well, and he's got some support over on that far side. He's trying to pin the lugs back. He kicks downfield as well. This is going to be a foot race now. Conor McLeod looking to try and get the ball. Is it going to fall loose for Hawick? It doesn't on this occasion, as Kelso do well to tidy up inside the loose ball, bobbling about in their 22, and Jackson perhaps never came off as he'd envisaged it, but it's a bit of respite on. Into the hands of Dale Adams, and that's a good challenge there from Caelan Wilson. One-on-one tackling, excellent there against a very dangerous ball carrier for Kelso. Playing over the far side, a couple of challenges coming in from Hawick, but finding it tough to bring the player down. And again putting kicking tactics to the forefront of their game plan. And an offload off the deck into the hands of Crawley.
Release!
He's having to work hard on the hoof to try and secure this ball. Casson now.
That's fine.
Taking the ball direct. The referee allowing the fight on the floor.
Hands out now, release!
As the Kelso players support well after the turnover. but the penalty is going to come on the Hawick side, and Hawick looking to go quickly.
Happy with that 10?
Crawley with the show and go, takes play up to the 10 metre line. Adams has a little bite of that one, but he's been well marshalled off the ball into the hands of Jackson. He is human after all, as he scuffs off the side of his boot. And he goes out on the full, and Hawick will get an attacking platform here inside the Kelso half. And it's getting very scrappy in the Hawick 22.
That's fine, guys. Nothing there. Nothing there. Hands out now.
Kelso turn over the ball, and they've got an attacking opportunity here. A few metres shy of that line, they're being carried over the try line. The referee
Held up, guys.
signalling that's been held up, and Hawick dicing with danger there, almost able to get over the line, and it was Jack Utterson who was the man who was carrying the ball. There's going to be a goal line dropout for Hawick. They'll be looking to try and get some distance on this. This just went straight to a Kelso player, and what footwork has he got? Is he able to exhibit some dancing feet? No, he's not on this occasion.
Stay.
And he's been defended well by Hawick. Quick hands from Kelso, trying to get the winger into some space, and he's got a chance here, but that's a great challenge from McLeod. As Lewis Malone looked to try and get his name on the score sheet. Kelso keep the ball alive, twisting out of trouble. Burton now through the hands to his captain, Hasty. Now Dale Adams, who's eventually got his hands on the ball, and he's over for his second score. A brace for the big man as he gets his second score, and certainly exhibiting how important he is to this Kelso team. But the hard work was done with the quick, nifty hands, trying to get the ball in the spaces, and Kelso exhibiting in an abundance that they've got a very high skill set.
Yeah, their skills have been on show today, that is for sure. They've got the kicking game, there's players players with the skills, they've got the big lumps, if you like, that can also play a bit, and it's just been a fine all-round performance by Kelso. And that man, Dale Adams, Kelso look like they've got a good one for the future there. You know, he's got more about him than just the grunt as well.
Yeah, I would say he's the type of player that he's got size now, and I think with the rugby intelligence, he's got a great skill set. He's also got a good work ethic on the field for sure, from what he's got today. But we'll see what can be made of him in the future. Another player with talent is Jackson, who adds the extras. 7 points for him this afternoon. It's certainly one now for Kelso, and it's a matter of trying to exhibit individual brilliance and team ethics now for Hawick. Good restart from Hawick to the danger man Jackson as he kicks it downfield. The winger Robbie Jack, he getting caught a bit out of position there, but he's now finally got the ball under his spell. To the captain Kubicki. He's got a bit of space down that far side again, opting to put the grubber in. And Kelso having to try and
to the shoulders, guys. That's fine.
dance and evade themselves out of trouble over there. Jackson sitting up to first receiver. That is another huge kick going in. It does catch Muir a bit unawares, but it does go back as he fends off the first challenge. Looks to try and give himself a bit of space and a bit of room to move into. McLeod fishing the ball out. And it's now eventually found its way into the hands of Jack Brown. The hooker putting boot to ball. Is this going to bounce kindly for Hawick? The two players get mixed up. It looks like it was there. A little lack of communication between the two Hawick players. It was there just to be delicately and carefully dribbled over the line. Robbie Jack, one of the players there. Just a little mix up between Hawick and the chance to get a try at the Dam Health. Passes them by here.
Yeah, they almost, I think they left it to each other, but great play by Hawick, great overall play, and all credit to this young Hawick team for sticking to the task manfully until the end.
Yeah, I don't think it's a case of Hawick being bad. It's a case of Kelso being extremely good this afternoon on a sun-drenched Sunday at the Dam Health on Borders Rugby TV, as Hawick look to utilise a very well rehearsed driving maul. Casson, who got the first try for Hawick, is at the back of this trying to marshal the maul as they get closer and closer to that line. They do get over the try line.
Momentum, guys. I was right here.
Jack Brown, the try scorer, the hooker.
Yeah, and again, all credit to this young Hawick team. They've stuck to the task, and that is, no less than they've deserved. Towards the latter part of this game, they've been a wee bit out-muscled today. The Hawick youngsters, all credit to Kelso, but Hawick have stuck in right to the end, and you'd expect nothing less from any sort of Hawick team.
45 points to 17 now. Kelso lead. Robbie Landals got a curling effort which just can't curl enough, and it remains 45 points to 17. Jackson gets play back into the Hawick half. Landals, a rangy scrum half. He tries to kick it straight downfield, and the big second row Harley Bryson has got his spikes on and looks to go, and now into the hands of Ben Burton. He looks to try and just chip and go. A little bit afters as well.
Come down, right?
I think that was maybe Conor Crawley, and Ben Burton looking to exchange pleasantries. Matthew Stewart awaits the scrum. A very quick, rapid scrum there from Kelso. Burton passing the ball out the back. There's a pass over to the far side to Jackson now. He's got some traffic to go into, but puts in the big fend and then the bump as well on passing to a teammate. And the cavalry arrives to secure this ball as Kelso look to try and put 50 on Hawick.
Knock-on advantage.
Advantage coming for Kelso from the knock-on.
Kelso's number 10, Ben Burton.
And just on the tannoy there announcing that the man of the match for this fixture is the number 10, Ben Burton, and it's very hard to disagree with that choice. I think there's a couple of Kelso players have certainly put their hands up.
He's orchestrated things well. He's got a good back division outside him, and he's brought them into play at every opportunity.
From the scrum, a very hard line there and straight over the try line, and it's another try. It's the 50 points for Kelso, and it is a hat-trick for the captain, Fraser Murray. Perhaps a bit premature announcing man of the match with the hat-trick, but it's the captain leading from the front. The 3 tries for him, 50 points for Kelso, and it's 50 points to 17. The kick there from Jackson pings off the uprights. We've still got a bit of time left in this game. 50 points to 17 it remains. Hawick certainly putting a valiant effort. And it's the restart straight to Dale Adams, and he looks to bounce off the Hawick players who swarm around the dangerous ball carrier.
That's fine.
It's been stripped and it's come back on a Hawick side, and it is Crawley. Perhaps looking to try and find Burton, but he's made some really good yards there.
Stay black.
Struan Hardy
I got it.
distributing the ball from the base of that ruck in the hands of Joseph Casson. And it is going to be a penalty for offside, so Hawick will get a final chance to try and put a little bit of gloss on this scoreboard.
Just drop the ball. Drop the ball. No.
Hawick frantically trying to get the ball back into play.
Okay, there you are.
And it is Struan Hardy. We tap and go, and it's going to be straight into the hands of Crawley. He looks to use his feet as well. Conor Crawley looking to just
on your feet, Black.
Leave it. Branches instead of tree trunks, and Landals in the fly half position finds the hooker who was the try scorer earlier on. Is he going to get a second try this afternoon? He's been defended well by Kelso. Dale Adams, a player there yet again. As Hawick get the ball through the hands, there's a little gap there for Dermot McGuinness, but he's going to be carried over that try line. Can Hawick get the ball back?
Okay, that's not coming out, it's dangerous. Okay. Scrum it here.
The time for the scrum.
Then it's the last play. Okay. Yep. Set.
Can Hawick get a final score here at the Dam Health?
Yep.
And it is Hardy
giving
it to Landals. Landals looking to find his captain on the shoulder. The ball's well presented back for Hawick, and the referee is going to bring this back for offside, so Hawick will get another chance to increase their 17-point tally. There's Fraser Casson, who got a try earlier on with the ball in hand, giving the ball, and it is going to be a Hawick try, just direct from Dermot McGuinness. He was the screams from his teammates to give the ball, and he had other options, just bounced off his right foot and charged over the line, and that's what Hawick deserve. It's a good score to close this game off. Kelso have been excellent, but Hawick have fought till the end.
Yeah, it's very well deserved, Dale. I've been impressed with the guts that this young Hawick side have shown, and great for them to get a try to round things off. But yeah, Kelso absolutely deserved victors, and yeah, they'll head back down to the town with a trophy.
You can go closer, just on me, in line with me.
A wee pitching wedge required here for Landals.
On the line, guys.
Just in the, you can just see the shadows of BT Murrayfield. Top of the screen as Landals looks to try and add the extras. And it's an accurate kick from the youngster. That takes the score, and the final score here in the National Boys Under-16s Shield Final. It is Kelso 50, Hawick Under-16s 24, and it's perhaps a fair reflection of the way the game's been. It was very open, some great talent on display there. Kelso will be proud of their efforts, but it's a great experience for both teams. Hawick just not able to live with their opponents on this occasion, but Kelso, they'll be absolutely buzzing when they lift that shield.
They certainly will. Deserved winners, Kelso, absolutely. They had the standout performers on the day. Physically they were slightly superior, and that's counted for a lot, but yeah, for the young Hawick team, you don't want to say it's the taking part that counts, but they will leave here better players for this experience.
But it has been an excellent game. Some great players on display this afternoon, but it is Kelso who are the victors. They're going to lift the shield shortly as they win 50 points to 24 against Hawick.
Commiserations, but you must be exceptionally proud of your young team.
Well, yeah, we tried our best, obviously. Everybody was putting 100% effort, and that's what matters, I think. Everybody was putting their heart in.
Yeah, they came pretty strong last time we played them. We got beat off them, but we've came the day, just played as best we could, gave it our all in the first 10 minutes, and we set the tempo. So, can't get much better.
Definitely, we've got a lot to learn from, especially, devastating result, but, that's what it's all about, learning. We just didn't take in enough, but from this game, we'll practice and hopefully we'll be back here next time.
A hat-trick in a final for yourself. Doesn't get much better than that.
I was quite knackered after it, but kept going and we came away with the win.